But moving on, we'll talk about a movie we saw last week, not 3 weeks ago, thankfully, so that'll be a little fresher. That was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Well, I guess I'll say that I just thought it was fun. I don't know if it was better than the first movie necessarily, because it's pretty light on plot. It's a pretty predictable plot. Old man, Peter Quill's old man comes back into his life. He's like, I don't know if I can trust this guy. And, so they go off to his homeworld and whatever. And then, he's shady. He's kind of evil. And, they gotta fight him. You've seen that plot before.
I mean, I kind of have similar sentiments. I'm not sure if I necessarily love this more than Volume 1, but Volume 2 is still very good. It was a fun film. But plot-wise, it's like, you know what's gonna happen from the offset.
Yeah.
I mean, Star-Lord's dad comes. He looks suspicious. He is suspicious. He killed his mom.
Yeah. Did you know that Ego isn't actually Peter's father in the comics?
He isn't?
No, he's just like this other villain. So I don't really know the comic lore of Guardians that much, but I do know that Ego isn't Peter's actual father in the comics. So that was an interesting choice to make him that. I guess just because they wanted to give Peter this godlike quality, this he has this more divine heritage or whatever.
Yeah, but at the same time, it can only be used for this one movie then, because at the end of this movie, he loses that power.
That's true. Or did he? Did he completely
He loses the power. That's why they have that scene where, he's trying to summon up, that blue energy stuff and it's just fading away. Because it's powered by the planet.
Well, maybe he's become the planet now.
That would just be weird.
Well, I guess so. That's a shame. I guess that was completely pointless then.
Exactly. That's why I found it.
So the movie's strongest aspect isn't the plot. It's more like the humor, the interaction between characters. Yeah. Things like Baby Groot you think would get old, but, it was a good source of comedy throughout the movie. Rocket Raccoon and Yondu were the real MVPs, though. They provided the most fun sense of humor and also some of the coolest action scenes.
But Sid, we can't call him a raccoon. It's against the rules.
Yeah. But, Rocket fighting all of Yondu's Ravager's guys in the forest, that was awesome. And then, of course, when Yondu and Rocket are breaking out of the cell and, killing off all the Ravagers that betrayed them. That was the scene of the movie. That was that was so fun.
That was cool.
Yondu had a great character arc in this movie, I thought. In the first movie, he didn't leave much of an impression to me, but, in this movie, he was the real standout in terms of, his character arc.
Yeah.
Because, we kind of see the softer sides to him. We kind of know why he's so protective of Peter. He is a father figure to him, and, there's this very emotional payoff at the end of the movie. That is genuinely, emotional, I think. And was an earned moment for the characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And similarly, Rocket also has a good arc. He's pushing people away because he's afraid of abandonment, and then he kind of learns, these people are his family. They aren't gonna betray or abandon him.
He realized that he has friends.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale message done right.
Yeah.
So, cool. I guess things that didn't work for me so much is Gamera's sister Nebula.
Yeah.
I don't really get. I mean, I get basically why she kind of did a heel turn. I don't really buy into it as it was executed, because she spends most of the movie trying to kill or undermine them.
Yeah.
So she hunts down Gamera on Ego's planet, with a spaceship, tries to crash it into her, is shooting at her. She's trying to kill her. And like, so they get into like an emotional fist fight or like whatever, and like then she's just like breaks down and says, "Oh, I wanted a sister all this time." So it's like, okay. And I guess she and Gamora aren't gonna kill each other anymore. Now she's a anti-hero.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was pretty clear in the first movie that she's not loyal to Thanos, but still, I mean, yeah. I didn't really like how it was executed here.
Yeah, I just couldn't buy into it. It just didn't feel naturally developed. But, yeah, outside of that, I mean, there were fun moments with the other characters. I liked, the little subplot going around with, Drax and Mantis. Oh, that was cute. That had some fun moments. I continually feel bad for Mantis because she's constantly being, like, abused and degraded. But, she's joined the Guardians now, I guess. So we'll be seeing more of her. Maybe she won't be such a pushover and gets, abused as much now that she's with the Guardians. Hopefully. Yeah, outside of that, is there, like, anything else that struck you as notable about Guardians 2?
I don't think so. I mean, overall, pretty standard MCU film, fun MCU film.
Yeah, we were having this conversation with a friend the other day about, like, these MCU films, they're, like, always fun, but, I'm feeling like they just...
They're not, like, groundbreaking, oh my god, amazing masterpiece type stuff.
I've become consistently less impressed by them as time has gone on, and I've just, I don't really feel strongly about them.
Well, what about Civil War?
Civil War was good.
Civil War is a fucking masterpiece.
You just like it so much because Captain America beats the shit out of Iron Man.
Yes, and that is the greatest thing in MCU.
You really hate Iron Man.
Iron Man sucks. If they make Iron Man 4, I will just, like, shit on it completely.
I mean, Spider-Man Homecoming is basically going to be Iron Man 3.5.
Yeah, but that is Spider-Man, and I like Spider-Man. I don't like fucking Iron Man, though.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping they make Iron Man 4 now, just so that we can watch it, and then you can rant about it for an hour.
That would be so bad.
Or maybe you can do your own rant about the Iron Man movies some other time. You could watch them and just talk about it.
Oh god, not again. Not again.
Don't want to relive the trauma?
One isn't bad. 1 is good. 2, trash. 3, semi-trash.
Glowing recommendations. Yeah, so Guardians Galaxy Volume 2, though, is pretty much what you would come to expect from a MCU film, and if you like the first movie, you'll probably like this. It has the same humor, it's still pretty fun. I do think that the villain, Ego, is actually, for first rare occasion, kind of interesting. Well, not interesting, but he's charismatic. Like, he has a presence. He isn't forgettable. And you do, like, really come to hate him because he's so despicable, and, like, how casually he talks about things like, oh, I gave your mother a cancer sore, Peter, just so I wouldn't never have to go back and fall in love. Like, what an asshole, How
did he even make the tumor, like, how does that
magic powers, dude.
The power of magic planet stuff.
Yeah. Magic planet powers that are all gone now. This movie kind of is...
It kind of feels, like, useless aside from, the death at the end.
Yeah, honestly, it is kind of filler. it's a filler movie.
Star-Lord can't use those powers, so what's the point?
Yeah, like, all that really happens that is going to affect future movies probably is...
The Ravagers?
Yeah, maybe if the Ravagers, like, actually... the Ravagers all kind of reunite over, like, Yondu's sacrifice. Yeah. So maybe, like, they'll be their own movie, or...
a Ravagers movie would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, Sylvester Stallone, whatever characters he's playing, like, he'd be cool to see, lead an MCU film.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And, like, it seemed like a pretty unique, diverse little group. I mean, it's like the Ravagers that's presented in this film are the original Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics. Like, that's what they actually are, you know? That's the reference. So that's also would be kind of a cool little thing to see these more obscure characters get some spotlight.
Yeah, that
like the Guardians, the Guardians were already obscure, but like the even older Guardians are even more obscure. So. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, all that really happens is that I guess Mantis is now part of the team, and Yondu's probably not going to be showing up anymore.
They're gonna bring back Yondu as a mech. Mecha Yondu.
I don't know. I like that guy, so I wouldn't mind if he came back.
Thanos brings him back
cheap,
as a
though.
villain.
It'd be cheap, though, so they probably shouldn't do that. In any case, I guess that's all we have to say about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. They had a lot of post-credit end scenes, but nothing setting up future movies.
Yeah. I think I forgot, like, at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
The one I remember is the Ravagers one, and then the one with Edgy Teenage Groot.
Yeah, Edgy Teenage Groot is going to be fun in Infinity War.
Unless he's aged up by then.
I hope they don't, because I want to see more of Edgy Teenage Groot. That's a great idea. But, yeah, lots of post-credit scenes, inter-credit scenes, all kind of meh, but no real tinges or hints of future movie stuff. Which is, well, it's mostly just a disappointment, I guess.
You could essentially skip this movie if it wasn't a good movie. But it's a good movie, so watch the movie.
Yeah. It's a good movie, watch it, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's not
It's essentially the filler of the MCU.
Yeah,
it's good filler.
It's good filler. It's a good filler arc. Like, it's the equivalent of G8 in One Piece, I guess. That's the only good filler arc I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only good filler arc.
At least in One Piece. I can't think of anything else.